If a BMW 5 Series, Audi A6 or Mercedes E-Class is too predictable for you, then this is your answer. It's big, it's French, and it's called the DS9. We'll be checking out its chic styling, luxurious interior, and its electric technology. But can this French fancy stand up to the towering German giants of the company car park? The DS brand might not be all that familiar, but it's definitely got heritage. It's the sort of luxury arm of Citroen, and it's inspired by the Citroen DS of the 1950s and 60s, but has spun off into a brand of its own. It's part of the Stellantis group, which own Vauxhall, Fiat, Peugeot, Citroen, and a few others. And it's got a bit of a job on its hand because it's up against Mercedes, Volkswagen, BMW, and Audi. It certainly sets the right visual tone. It might look a tad awkward from some angles, and there's a whiff of Audi, but the overall effect is suitably stylish and imposing, as well as a little bit different. The detail line down the centre of the bonnet and the dual effect rear light clusters are particularly neat touches. But is it actually any good? Let's find out. But before we do that, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel by pressing here and click the bell icon on so that you catch all of our latest videos. DS did launch this car with a non-hybrid petrol option, but almost nobody bought one. So now the whole range is plug-in hybrids. They're all powered by a 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol engine combined with electric power. This is the 225 horsepower version, which will be replaced by the 250 horsepower version. Then there's a range-topping 360 horsepower version, which has twin electric motors and four-wheel drive. And the electric-only range on this car is 34 miles, which is a little bit less than the 38 miles of the 250 horsepower version. And the range-topping, really powerful one covers 29 miles on electric only. Big saloons aren't always designed to be super practical when it comes to boot space, and the boot does have a slightly narrow opening, but the DS can cope with a very decent 510 litres of stuff, compared with the 400 litres you get in the Mercedes E300e or the 410 litres in the BMW 530e. That's not bad, and as you can see, it's quite shallow, but it does go back a long way. Another area the DS shines is the rear seats. You get treated just as well as you do in the front, if not better. And thanks to these really wide, big doors, it's very easy to get in and out. Then once you're in here, you'll find oodles of legroom and some lovely Napa leather seats that heat you up, cool you down and give you a massage. Oh, and there's also climate control back here, plus a couple of USB connectors. All very good if you want to pretend to be President Macron. But what about if you are the presidential chauffeur rather than Monsieur Macron himself? Well, everything you get in the back, you also get in the front, plus this lovely Alcantara headlining and red leather seats all make up part of the opera package. And even if you don't go for that package, the front driver's seat and passenger seat has heating, cooling, massage function and is fully electrically adjustable. There is a real sense of occasion in here too. The Art Deco starter button, the way the analogue clock spins round out of the dash is all very plush and very French. Problem is, some key parts such as the gear shift lever and column stalks are sourced from much cheaper Peugeot and Citroen models, which does lower the tone just a little. Then there's the infotainment system. Although it looks good, it's quite fiddly to use, and the built-in reversing camera, clearly borrowed from one of the cheaper sister brands, is unforgivably low res. What we do like though is the digital driver's display and the diamond-shaped graphics. It looks quite classy and stylish, and you can connect to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to avoid some of the annoying aspects of the infotainment system. You're also not left wanting for equipment. This top-spec Rivoli Plus car gets wireless smartphone charging, all-round parking sensors, automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise control with lane assist, LED headlights with curve adaptation, and high beam assist, plus the heated and ventilated electric seats we've already mentioned. You also get an adaptive suspension system that can scan the road ahead and adjust itself in advance for a smooth ride. That's quite a lot of stuff for an asking price of around £50,000. And this test car, with all the extras added to it and that nighttime vision camera, comes out at £56,000. Now, we spec'd a BMW 530e to be about the same as this one, and it came out at £66,000. The problem is that posh plug-in hybrid saloons from Mercedes, Audi, BMW and even Volvo are very well understood by the market, and a DS, not so much. As a result, you won't get very competitive monthly payments if you're looking at financing one. undoing all the good work of that lower purchase price. But while the DS9 might be pitching itself against a BMW 5 Series, don't expect BMW-like handling and performance. For example, the 0 to 60 time is a very leisurely 8.3 seconds, the steering is unevenly weighted, the suspension lets you wallow a little bit around the corners, and the gearbox is not exactly responsive when you want to get a move on. It's not especially sporty then, but it's really not pretending to be. Instead, it rides very well indeed, especially considering the rather large 19-inch wheels this car is fitted with. Plus, when you're driving at speed, it's ever so quiet. There's very little wind noise and not much fuss from the tyres either. This, combined with a quiet, smooth drivetrain that seamlessly switches between petrol and electric, makes the DS9 a wonderful long-distance cruiser. It really would suit a diesel engine, and if it had come out 10 years ago, it would have had one, and on a motorway journey, we would have been telling you it would return 65 miles per gallon. But diesel is not the technology of 2022, and with all the clever technology in the world, the heavy batteries and short electric range of a petrol plug-in hybrid is always going to compromise it on longer runs. If you plug the destination into the sat-nav, the car's brain will do its very best to manage the battery power across the entire journey. Despite this, we've done several long trips, and the best we can get from it is 50 to 55 miles per gallon. Of course, to get the best out of a plug-in hybrid, you need to keep journeys short to make the most of its electric-only range. Do that and you'll find the 108 brake horsepower electric motor is enough to whisk you around town and even up to motorway speeds, as it will do 87 miles per hour without petrol-powered help. Acceleration is a bit leisurely past 50 miles per hour, mind you. In many ways, the DS9 is a brilliant car. It's comfortable, quiet, luxurious, and the design detailing is fab. And it doesn't simply copy German rivals, which the Jaguar XF and the Lexus ES can be a little guilty of. But it falls down in some key areas. Despite the lovely detailing, it's a bit conservative looking, its engine and gearbox are not responsive enough, and it's likely to lose value fast, making it relatively expensive if you're looking at monthly finance payments. Unless you really want a big French saloon, if you don't want a BMW, Mercedes or Audi, we recommend you go for a Volvo S90. It's still a bit quirky, but ultimately it's a better car. But what do you reckon? Tell us what you think of the DS9 in the comments below, and if you're considering buying a used one or indeed any car, head to cargurus.co.uk to find loads of great deals from top-rated dealers, including approved used examples.